Good morning, fabulous fifth graders. Today we have a new math skill. So buckle up, make sure you're paying attention. There's a lot of steps to remember. Today's I can statement is, I can add fractions with unlike denominators. Okay? Usually we are adding fractions that have like denominators, okay? The 5 and the 5, they are alike, so you can add them. So we add the numerators, 1 plus 1 is 2, and then the denominator stays the same. Now the denominator can stay the same because they are the same. So when you have a situation like this, and we are adding 1/3 plus 1/4. We can't do it like this because the denominators are different. And we have to make them the same. So what we're going to do is turn 1/3 and 1/4 into equivalent fractions. And I'm going to show you a trick how to do that, okay? The first thing we're going to do is make the denominators the same and create a new addition problem. Okay, so I'm going to put a new addition problem over here. All right, and it's going to be really easy how we're going to make the denominators the same. Okay, we're just going to multiply the old denominators. Okay, and we're going to come up with a product that is a factor of 3 and a factor of 4. And that is how your fractions will be equivalent, okay? So our new denominator is going to be 3 times 4, okay? So we're going to put that over here. We're going to put the new denominator in. 3 times 4 is 12. So that is our new denominator. Check that out. Now, we have to make them equivalent fractions. So we can't use the old numerators. We're going to have to get new numerators. How are we going to do it? We're going to do it by cross multiplying, just like we used to cross multiply when we were comparing fractions. Okay? 3 cross multiplies to 1 is 3. 4 times 1 is 4. Now we have 2 new numerators. So I'm going to take that 4 and move it over here. Take that 3 and move it over here. Now we have equivalent fractions. Okay? I'm going to show you that. 1/3 is equivalent to 4/12. 1/4 is equivalent to 3/12. So when you're adding 4/12 plus 3/12, it's the same thing as adding 1/3 plus 1/4. It's the same. Okay, the only thing is you now have a denominator that can stay the same. So we're going to add the numerators. 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay, I'm going to put that 7 there. And the denominator stays the same. And that's going to be a 12. All right. So 1/3 plus 1/4 equals 7/12. We got to look at 7/12 and ask ourselves, can this be simplified? I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, nope. The only factors of 7 is 1 and 7. And 1 and 7 are not factors of 12. So 7/12 is simplified, and it's our final answer. All right, let's do another one, because this is a new skill, and we need to practice new skills. All right, so I'm getting the next problem out here. We're going to multiply 3/5 plus 1/2. All right? Now, we cannot multiply. Mistake. We're going to add, 3/5 plus 1/2. We can't add these fractions because the denominators are different. But we can do a little trick to make them the same. So we're going to take the 5 and the 2, and we're going to multiply them. 5 times 2 is 10. We're going to make a new addition problem, okay? 5 times 2 is 10. Now we have new denominators. And that way we'll be able to add them. Now we have to get our new numerators. We're going to do that by cross-multiplying, okay? I'm going to multiply 5 times 1 and get 5. 2 times 3, and I get 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Now we have our new numerators. We're just going to plop them into the new problem. We're going to take that 6 and put it here. Take that 5 and put it here. Now we can add, okay? We're going to add 6 tenths plus 5 tenths. 6 plus 5 is 11, and the denominator stays the same. Okay, so our answer is 11 tenths, okay? Uh-oh, we can't leave it like that. We learned on Tuesday that if you have an improper fraction, you have to drop and divide and change it to a mixed number. You can't leave it like that, okay? So I'm going to drop and divide, drop that 11 in, okay? You can cross out the 11 if you want. 10 goes into 11 one time. That's your whole number. 1 times 10 is 10, okay? We subtract 11 minus 10, we get a 1. The denominator stays the same, okay? And the remainder becomes the numerator. Woo! Check out what we did. So we added 3/5 plus 1/2 by making the denominators the same, by multiplying across. 5 times 2 is 10, okay? Then we did the cross multiplication. 2 times 3 is 6, and we had a new numerator. Cross multiplied here. 5 times 1 is 5. Then we could do our adding the old way. 6 plus 5 is 11, and the denominator stays the same. So our final answer was 11 tenths. But we can't keep it like that. We had to change an improper fraction to a mixed number. So we did drop and divide. We dropped the 11 into the division house. 10 went into 11 one time. That's your whole number. 1 times 10 is 10. We subtract, got a 1. And that 1 becomes your new numerator, and the denominator stays the same. So the entire answer to 3/5 plus 1/2 is 1 1/10. This is what you would be typing into your Google Doc, okay? And we would do it with a 1, a space, and a 1/10. That's what you would do in your Google Doc, okay? Let's do one more before we practice on the whiteboard. Let's check out 3/8 plus 1/2. All right, again, we can't do this. The denominators are different. So we are going to create a new addition problem right next to it, okay? We're going to create equivalent fractions by doing cross multiplication. So we're going to multiply 8 times 2, and we get 16. That's our new denominator, okay? Cross multiply. 8 times 1 is 8, okay? Cross multiply here. 2 times 3 is 6, okay? Then we're going to put these two numerators into our new problem. We're going to take the 6 and put it here, take the 8 and put it there, okay? Now we can add this problem because the denominators are the same. We're going to add 8 plus 6, okay? We're going to put our new, I'm going to put it down here. And that's 14. Okay, and our denominator stays the same. Bam. Now I'm looking at this problem and I can tell it needs to be simplified. Okay, we need to divide it down, divide it down, divide it down. Okay, so I want to list the factors of 14. We already did this before. 1, 2, 7, and 14. Then list the factors of 16. 1, 2, 4, and 8. Okay. All right, we want to circle the largest number that they have in common, and that's a 2. So we're going to divide it down with a 2, okay? 14 divided by 2, 16 divided by 2 equals 7/8, okay? That is your final answer. We started with 3/8 plus 1/2. We made a new problem with like denominators. We did the addition. Okay, we came up with 14/16. We realized we could divide that down with a 2. So our final answer in Google Classroom would be 7/8. Now I realize it's a new skill and new skills are hard. So we're going to be practicing this today and tomorrow. Let's do some more on the whiteboard. So go get yourself a pencil and your math notebook, and let's practice adding fractions with unlike denominators.